all or nothing. In this pattern, what you end up doing is you make a very clear division of the world that you're either here or you're on this side. There are no shades of gray, there's no middle ground. So essentially, say you do slightly bad in one project, you immediately consider yourself a complete failure. You're not going to say that, you know what, maybe next time I'll do a better job. No, it's either all or nothing. Either you perform really, really well or you're a failure. One of the reasons why this might develop in certain people is during childhood, if they were in a very traditional home where they weren't given a lot of affection, but they were praised a lot for, say, their schoolwork, they end up associating their quality of work with their self worth. In some cases, this might actually be helpful. It it pushes a lot of people to do their best possible work. On the downside, the moment something goes wrong, the moment something is out of their control, it takes them to the worst possible state of mind where they feel like they are worthless just because they were not able to achieve some targets or goals. And the moment this happens, the narrative inside their head goes something like, oh my god, I'm a failure. I can't do this anymore. No one is going to respect me or like me now, and I can't face them. Swamiji,
Hello,
my name is Faraz.
Faraz. Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard that a lot of people come to you to refine their thought process
Yes.
and understand what you have to say. I'd like to share my graduation results with you. My exams just got over and I got 75%. And I think it's fine, it's not all that bad, but my parents are not very happy with me. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, firstly, that it's justified that your parents are unhappy with you because, see, there are two kinds of people: legends who come above 95% and everybody else who are failures below 95%. I think you can understand which category you fall in.
But 75% isn't too bad, right? It's not.
Yeah, according to you, but not according to society, okay? So the thing is, let's say your parents are upset now at 75%, right? If you dip to 74%, they will be like, I disown him. I don't have a son. So basically, you will be dead to them. And if you go lower and lower and lower, then cousin, second cousin, uncle, great grandfather, all gone. Nobody's.
You mean if I'm not getting like 95%, it's just everything is useless?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Alright. Overgeneralization. This is a thought pattern where you take one single negative event and you overgeneralize it and come to the conclusion that everything is going to go bad now. Just because of one bad event, anything that follows is going to be in a never ending cycle of negative events. For instance, I failed one exam. I am now going to fail all the exams. There's no point in trying. Um, I was not able to get a great rank in one race. I can never be a racer. Oh my god, this is not my thing. So, what you're doing is you're taking a very small fact and you're just blowing it up and making a huge conclusion about yourself. Well, Swamiji, I've been really pushing myself and trying to do different things. And I took part in a 21-kilometer half marathon. And I came 19th. But it's okay, it was
No,
my
no,
first.
no, no, Farhaz, it's not okay at all. You came 19th. It's not first, it's 19th. That means you failed at it.
Yeah, but it was my
No,
first time and
it doesn't matter if it's your first time. If your first time is you're not first, you're nothing. Let me ask you, how much time did you train for this?
I trained for 2 months.
See, you yourself are not taking yourself seriously. You should train at least minimum 4 months. That is when you push yourself to the limit. See, Faraz, if your first race is going this bad, huh? You're planning on taking part in other races?
I will,
Yeah,
actually.
just don't. Please don't. Please do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Just don't do it. Because if you fail in your first race, you think you will come from 19th to first in the second. Please. Please.
Labeling. Now, labeling is one of the most poisonous forms of thinking. Labeling is basically the opposite of motivation. The fact is that whenever you want to achieve something or whenever you try something new, there is always going to be a pain period where you constantly fail. What labeling does is that every time a negative event happens, you start assigning incorrect labels to yourself. In fact, this is the most extreme form of overgeneralization. Where in overgeneralization, if you failed an exam, you were thinking that I'm going to fail all exams. In case of labeling, when you suffer a single failure, you come up with a label like, I'm a loser. And I will not be able to do anything else at all. Swamiji, don't be angry at me, but I know you asked me not to, but I prepared a little bit more this time and I went for another marathon. Last time I came 19th, but there was a huge improvement this time. And I came 11th this time.
Faraz, is 11th same as 1?
No, it's 11th.
Yes, it's not the same as 1. So why do you want to keep failing at things? Just give up. Please, don't do this to yourself. If you fail at it the first time, don't try hard and succeed. Just quit. Okay?
But you know,
No. You're a loser. Just accept it. Okay?
Jumping to conclusions. You don't actually have any definite facts, but even in the absence of those facts, you jump to a completely negative, random, and wholly incorrect conclusion. Swamiji,
Yeah.
I have some slightly upsetting news. Actually, I told you, right? My graduation just got completed, and I've been applying for some jobs. And I got the result for my first job, and I didn't make it. And I was just feeling really low about it. And what's your advice now? What should I do from here?
Faraz, my advice would be okay, tell me how many job interviews you have in the coming week.
I have 2 in the coming week and like 5 more in the further weeks ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Cancel all of them.
Why?
Let's be honest, Faraz. These companies don't really need you. Okay, I mean they're functioning without you. What can you add more to value their company?
I mean, I've just failed one interview. It's not like
Yeah, but
I
you
have.
fail one, you fail the other also. What is the confidence that you have that okay, I failed one, I'll do better? Nothing like that. You will always fail in the interviews. So the better thing is save yourself the humiliation. Just cancel them. Okay, you know what? These
Okay.
companies don't really need your skill set. We've established that.
Yep,
But
I
let
guess.
me make you feel better. You tell me what your skill set is.
My course was mechanical engineering.
Oh,
So we learned about, simply put, we learned a lot about mechanical structures, how they interact with each other, machinery.
you know when you say structures,
Hmm.
does it involve wooden structures also?
I mean, we were mostly working with metal structures, but the same
Oh.
principles would apply for wood also. That's fine. I can use my knowledge for wood. But why you ask?
See, Faraz, I think I can help you. You're
Okay.
looking for a job, right?
Yep.
I can give you a job.
That's great, Swamiji.
Yes, I'm glad you see that way. So let me tell you exactly what happened. The other day, my Chutku, he was there, for lunch. So he was sitting on the chair, and all of a sudden, I heard my chair saying, the final words, and it just broke. All 4 legs were across the room, and we were like, "Oh no, Chutku!" And chair also. So we need somebody to just come to the house and, put it back for a little Chutku.
You want me to fix your wooden chair?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a mechanical engineer, Swamiji. I can put my talents to much better use.
Yeah,
Don't you
like
think?
carpentry.
Isn't that a little bit extreme? I just failed one interview. You think I should just leave all of my dreams and become a carpenter now?
Okay.
Emotional reasoning. In this, what you do is that whatever starting emotion that you feel when you begin an activity, you let that determine how you're going to feel about the whole thing. For example, if you start out any activity feeling nervous, you just convince yourself that just because you're feeling nervous, your entire experience is going to be terrible. Or if you're anxious in the beginning about something, you are just convinced that everything after this is going to go wrong. Well, Swamiji,
Yeah.
I just wrote a blog the other day,
Oh.
and it's been like 2 3 days now, and I haven't received a great responses yet, and I'm feeling a little off about it.
Faraz, let me ask you. This blog you've written, when you were writing it, how did you feel?
I mean, it wasn't my best work. I wasn't feeling great about it,
Ah.
but it was the first blog article, so I guess that's fine.
No, it's not fine because you should just quit there. See, if you don't feel that it's going to be good, obviously it's not going to be good. Why do you continue things when you know it's not good is beyond my understanding. I really don't get it. For us, see, let's give you an example. I'm writing a blog. I have a doubt. I quit. That's the sensible thing to do. So just remember, if you think that you're going to do something bad, just don't do it. It's the best way.
Disqualifying the positive. Now, the idea of a clear thinking mind is that it needs to be logical. And when you get new data, you actually use it to form correct conclusions. The problem is that when you're anxious or some self-esteem issues come in the way, it skews your thinking and it doesn't allow you to come to the correct conclusions. In fact, you might be able to maintain some negative beliefs despite the fact that there is contradictory evidence outside. When you have this particular phenomena, disqualifying the positive, when you actually end up doing something good or good things happen to you, just because you're anxious and just because you're in a bad state of mind, you don't count them. It's like, um, I'm not good at sketching, and this is just my belief now. After a lot of hard work, if I end up making a great sketch, I'll still be like, oh, you know what, this is just an exception. This doesn't really matter. What this ends up doing is that even when you prove to yourself with the correct data points that your belief might be wrong, just because of this negative mindset, you'll end up coming to the incorrect conclusion or sticking with your incorrect belief from before. Swamiji, I have some great news to share with you. Things are finally looking up, and finally, I have a job now. I got through the interview and I have a job.
So what's the good news?
I have a job. And
Yeah, so
isn't that great? I mean, I was really struggling before this, but I finally have a job.
I mean, everybody has a job. He has a job. She has a job. I have a job. You have a job. So what's the big deal? I mean, why do you consider this as a positive thing in your life? This is an everyday, average, max to max, neutral plus thing.
I mean, I worked really hard for this, and there was a lot of struggle involved, and I finally got this.
Yeah, so did he. So did she. What is the big deal? Who cares? Really, man. I mean, why?
Should statements. Now, these statements are really powerful, and every time you use should statements to motivate yourself, you're going to you'll have to pay a cost for it. For example, if you say something like, I should wake up on time every day, I should go and work out, I should eat healthier things, or I should not be eating pastries and chocolates and sweet things, or I should not be eating junk food. Every time you're not able to live up to these should statements, the cost is guilt. And this guilt builds up over a period of time and it gives you a lot of anxiety. On the other hand, when you start associating or assigning should statements to other people, for example, you look at someone and you say, you should be on time, or you should speak like this, or you should think like that, or you should do this or that, or whatever it is that you're assigning a should statement to. Every time someone else is not able to live up to that should statement, you start feeling anger and resentment and irritation towards that person. Swamiji, I have some great news to share with you.
Fantastic, yeah.
So, me and my girlfriend, we've had our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations on the 1 year marriage, huh?
Right. So I called her for, we went on an anniversary celebration.
Oh.
And she came 15 minutes late. She should have been on time, but that's okay.
No, hold on.
After that,
wait.
Yeah.
Why did she come 15 minutes late?
I don't know. It's Bangalore traffic. It can happen sometimes.
Yeah, but
she's usually always on time.
Yeah, but this is not the first time that she's traveling in Bangalore.
Yes.
If she's generally on time, why was she late today?
I don't know. Could have been the traffic.
No, I don't think so. If she knew about the traffic, She should have left 15 minutes earlier to come 15 minutes on time. They said, you know what all you can do in 15 minutes?
What?
You can make 7.5 Maggies. That's enough to feed all the children on the street.
Yes.
Don't know how to tell you this. Faraz, I think you should break up with your girlfriend.
What?
See, if she doesn't value your time, she doesn't value you.
I mean, she should have been on time.
Exactly.
It was a
And
really
the
big
fact,
event.
of course, and the fact that she's on time all the other time, but on your anniversary, she's not on time.
That should not
You
have
must break up with her. I'm sorry. Just where is your phone?
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
just.
you should break up with her. Be a man. Just text her that we are not doing it. Yeah,
You know what? This is done. She should not have done this.
exactly. Yeah.
Mind reading. Mind reading is basically the emotional or people version of jumping to conclusions. Again, without definite data or without evidence, just working on some kind of a negative assumption that you have, you end up jumping to a conclusion about what someone is thinking about you. You don't actually know for sure if someone has some kind of a problem with you, but just operating on some kind of a negative emotion, you base that judgment. Let's see how that works.
What are you doing?
Just on Instagram, Swamiji, checking out some Instagram stories.
Ah,
Whoa. Durgesh, you remember I mentioned my friend Durgesh?
yeah, Durgesh.
He's in Bangkok right now for some reason. I think his company must have sent him there.
Ah,
Hey, even Pappu is there. Wait. I think they're both
just
together.
1 second. Just let me see.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I have bad news for us.
What happened now?
This Durgesh and Pappu,
Hmm?
are they your close friends?
Yeah, we are pretty close.
Yeah, but then I'm getting the sign that
Yeah?
there's no company involved. They just hate you, so they didn't call you there.
Whoa, what? Why? Why
I
do you think so?
mean, because I got the hate vibes. I could sense it. I could see what he was thinking. I could read what he was talking. It was very evident. They were talking. I don't want to repeat the words they were saying. It was horrible, but they hate you.
You think they don't? Is that why they didn't call me?
Oh, they didn't even call. Oh my God! Yeah, they definitely hate you. I thought they must have said to you it's a company trip and they must have called.
They didn't. I mean,
Yeah. Listen, today along with the girlfriend, just them also.
you're basically telling me that they don't like me at all.
No, they hate you. It's a lot more than that. So just please, just leave them.
You're right. You know what? Maybe they hate me. I should. My girlfriend is gone anyway. I should get rid of these guys
Exactly.
also.
Nobody loves you. Just send it.
It's done. The fortune teller error. In this, it's important to remember that the anxious mind tends to remain anxious regardless of the situation just because you're used to being in that state of mind. As a result, sometimes what happens is that when you get a bad feeling or when you decide that your day is going to go bad, you start acting as if it's a pre-established fact that you know what, I wasn't able to get my breakfast or I wasn't able to sleep in time. Now my day is just going to be really really awful. Obviously, this is not true, and you're not a fortune teller. There are no fortune tellers who can just tell you how your day is exactly going to be like. But to the anxious mind, which is used to expecting the worst, it just skews your brain and your thinking and convinces you that the rest of your day is going to be awful, regardless of what the facts are.
Faraz, tell me, how was your day?
Well, Swamiji, it was alright. I started with breakfast. No, actually, I skipped breakfast and then we headed to my friend's place.
Wait, why did you skip breakfast?
It was just really bad luck. I wanted to eat cornflakes for breakfast. I put the flakes into the bowl, but then when I went for the milk, there was no milk. We had run out of milk. But it's okay. After that, we went to.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Why?
If you don't have the gift that the godmother cow gives, how do you expect your day to go good, huh?
What?
Okay, tell me what happened next.
We went to our friend's place, but our petrol had run out, so we had
Of
to take
course
a.
it ran out. Of course. Because it followed in the footsteps of the milk. It's over. Then what happened? You went to work, right? You were saying, yeah.
Yeah, right. After that, I had to deliver a couple of files, and I went to the office.
But the
Um,
files were already delivered to your boss, isn't it?
yes,
You know why, right?
because of the milk.
Milk. Yes. Because of the milk.
Oh my god.
Today, I know you must be having plans for the evening because, weekend and all that.
Yeah,
So, you know how that's going to go?
I guess it should not be too bad because I'm going to be meeting my closest friends.
Yeah, no, I think they're already started partying because it's going to go terrible for you because you didn't have the milk in the morning. Instead of going out to party, go out, buy milk for the next 6 days so that the week ahead looks better and brighter. Yes. See, if you don't have milk, you don't have anything. If your day doesn't start good, your day is not going to go good.
That makes sense.
I know.
Every time I have a bad feeling in the beginning of the day, it's just like the whole day becomes really bad. It's because of that, right?
100%, 101% actually. Good,
You know what?
good, you're catching on. Yeah.
I'll just focus on the milk from now.
That's all life is about.
Mental filters. You know how if you wear goggles which are say black, the whole world appears a little bit darker to you. Mental filters are the psychological version of that. What ends up happening is just because of a single negative event, there's this filter on your mind which just makes you focus on that thought. And regardless of what is happening outside, you still focus on it. For example, in the first half of your day, one of your colleagues passed a comment that you didn't like, that you may not even have understood, or it may not have been something really terrible, but it gets stuck inside your head. Now, the day is about to end, and you're still dwelling on that same fact. Why did he say that? What did it really mean? Was there something more to it? This kind of thinking is called, this is again an example of a skewed thinking. You don't actually want to think about it. This has no relationship with the other events of the day, but you're still stuck on it.
Oh my god, what happened?
I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. I got 5.5 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah, you're going to get fired tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, positive. See, I'll explain why. So, because you slept only for 5.5 hours, you'll wake up late. Because you'll wake up late, you'll miss the bus. Because you'll miss the bus, you won't be on time to work. Because you won't be on time to work, your boss, Mr. Brajesh, will get angry. Your boss, Mr. Brajesh, gets angry. What does he do? He calls up the secretary, Mr. Rajashri. Rajashri picks up the phone. Rajashri is like, yes, boss, what happened? He's like, where is this guy? He's not at work. Rajashri cuts the call and then thinks about why you're not at work. Rajashri gets a call from her sons because, her sons are alone and she has sons. Rajashri gets irritated. Rajashri is like, I cannot deal with this guy and my sons. So she calls up the boss and says, yeah, this guy quit. So, in short, you get fired.
Magnification or minimization. In case of magnification, you completely exaggerate the importance of things. Usually it works like this. If you make the smallest of mistakes, you tend to blow up its importance. It's like for the tiniest mistake, you start apologizing profusely, like, I'm so sorry, God, I wish I hadn't done this. On the other hand, if there is someone who does the smallest correct thing, you think, wow, this person is absolutely amazing. Everyone is better than me. On the other hand, we have minimization, which is that you do the opposite. You do the exact opposite thing. You minimize the importance of things. This works in a completely opposite way from your mistakes versus someone else's imperfections. If you do something really well, you say, well, it's not a big deal. I didn't really do something really important. On the other hand, if someone makes a mistake, you minimize that too. Regardless of what the scale of the mistake is, you minimize it and you say, it's just that is an exception for him. Swamiji, I have some great news to share with you. It's family news actually. My little brother, he came second in his class. So we're gonna go out and we'll celebrate.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing. What is your brother's name?
Zahid.
Zahid,
Yeah.
I can sense an amount of greatness in him. Wait, what rank did you come this year? You said?
I came fourth in my last exam.
Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. You said your parents, were very upset with your grading and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they weren't so happy.
that's because your brother is the one they care about. Because your brother is the one who's going to achieve greatness.
But to be fair, he got second rank in his 8th class exam, and mine was an engineering course, so there's a difference.
No, there is not. Not for your parents anyway. Second, fourth. Two is better than four. That is the thing. See, I can sense it. Your brother is going to stand up in this country and do revolutionary things. And you will be there, bro, some pocket money. I got to, got this car, got loans. I don't think you should really take some advice from him. Ask him how he finds the time to do such perfect work.
He's like 5-6 years junior to me.
And at that young age, he's doing better than you. This cannot be. I'm sorry, Faraz, but your brother is the better one.
I always knew it.
Just don't invite him to your marriage because there might be.
I'm gonna do that. Personalization. In case of personalization, you make this wholly wrong assumption that some negative outside event is actually happening because of you. I'm sorry, I'm a little late.
Why did you take that heavy breath?
I was feeling anxious.
I don't care if you're feeling anxious. Please don't take that heavy breath. People like you are depleting the ozone layer. You single-handedly are depleting the ozone layer. Actually, people are not responsible. Just you.
Oh.
Please, just don't talk. Don't. I don't understand. The more words you say, the more the ozone layer gets depleted. It's common sense.
But you're also speaking.
My carbon dioxide is spiritual. It is beyond your understanding. And please don't accuse me. You are the responsible for
I'm
this.
sorry, Swami.
Good. Don't talk. Don't talk. One word is one whole.